What's good, y'all? It's your boy back at it again with another video vlogging, this time on a Sunday. You know what I mean, Sunday service. We here at Newport right now. Y'all see the trees, beach in the back. We just gonna look around a little bit, see what they got in store. They got little snacks right here. It's mostly like clothes and stuff. It's mostly clothes, like nutrition stuff, chips. Hello. Juices and stuff. Got some art. Got bracelets over here. Got a little golf thing. Little battle putt. What's up? Got some sauces. It just goes all the way around, like the little boardwalk right here. But look at, they got like little fruits and shit. Little strawberries. Yeah, it's mostly like, I don't know, like, I wouldn't want to say like hippie shit, but it's just like, you know, like beneficial, like healthy shit that they have in and stuff, like strawberries, fruits, herbs, like different types of teas and stuff like that. I mean, they got merch, so if you want to get some merch, shit, come through Newport. Right now we're gonna find a spot. We're gonna find a spot to chill, so I can like, okay, I'm gonna give y'all a little podcast episode. That was my decision that I came here for. Obviously the beach and shit, but also just to make like a little podcast episode and shit, since I haven't put one up in like a week and a half, and like finals are coming up, so it's like I got a shitload to talk about, like Kyrie returning to Boston. That shit's insane. I'm ready for it, honestly. It's gonna be a good ass battle. Like, obviously we know Boston's gonna be like talking shit to Kyrie the whole game, but at the same time, like, Kyrie's gonna be getting in his bag and shit. And Luka, like, don't even get me started with Luka. But first off, let me just post up. Let me find a spot to post up real quick, so I give y'all an episode real quick. What's good, everybody? Mondo Man back at it again. This time on a different location. As you can see, I'm at Newport right now. Return the camera. I'm at the Noops. I'm at the Noops right now. I don't know if y'all can hear me. If y'all can't hear me, I'm gonna try and speak as loud as I can for y'all to hear me, because I know the waves in the background and the whole like air flowing through and shit. And plus I don't have my microphone with me, so I'm gonna have to talk a little bit loud. But real quick podcast episode. I'm gonna give y'all like 10-15 minutes or something. So Dallas advanced in 5 games, beating Minnesota Timberwolves in the conference finals, Western Conference Finals, as Boston advanced smoothly, quick sweep, easy sweep, to knock off the Indiana Pacers and move on to the finals once again. It's weird because like the way Boston was celebrating, they were celebrating like if they won the whole shit, like if they won the whole finals and everything. But in reality, it was just the conference finals. But I feel like the anticipation and the build up to like win and finally get back to the finals was like the shit they needed. Like, like yes, this is our chance. Like, I guess like weight off their shoulders or some shit. So I feel like they celebrated too early. Like, people are saying that Luka celebrated too early by drinking a beer, and then Michael Finley came and like snagged it up real quick. I feel like, let me talk about that real quick. I feel like Michael Finley was fucking beer watching his ass. Like he was beer watching him. Like, oh, he took that first sip and then he's noticed, oh, you took a sip. Oh, okay, let me get that back. Just a quick sample, little Costco sample and shit. But now, like, let him enjoy one. Let him enjoy one. You know what I mean? Let him enjoy a beer and shit. Some light, you know, some light like that. But anyways, with that being said, we now have Dallas and Boston in the NBA Finals, which is like cinema. It's cinema. Like, that's one way to put it, cinema. Because Kyrie, like, obviously you've seen his stint in Boston. It was good, but not too good at the same time, you know, because like Kyrie, you know, he's real passionate about like his like the ancestry and like his background, you know, and shit like that. And being tied to a name like Boston, and you see Boston's background, you see that it's full of like racism and just like I don't know other words to put it as, but I'm just saying like the main one is racist as fuck. Because obviously you've seen Bill Russell when he was with them, obviously won them 9 championships, however you want to say. Because I know he won some as a player and he won some as a coach. So Bill Russell, oh, speaking of Bill, let me take a moment real quick, moment of silence. R.I.P. Bill Walton. R.I.P. Bill Walton, man, a pioneer of the game for sure. Didn't care about nothing but basketball and life. Literally just basketball and life. And I see a banner right now of some sponsor. This video is not sponsored, by the way. But like I'm saying, man, Bill Russell, obviously the history of Bill Russell brought winning to Boston, but at the same time Boston just treated him with fucking neglect. They pretty much neglected him while he was here. Just threw dirt on his name pretty much while he was here alive, and when he passed away they wanted to celebrate him. Boston wanted to celebrate him. Like, come on, you want to celebrate him when he passed away, but you want to shit on him when he was alive. Like, shit don't make sense. But anyways, like, just Kyrie back in Boston, man, I already know it's gonna be insane. It's gonna be a movie. There's gonna be a whole lot of fuck Kyrie chants in the crowd, a whole lot of fucking like, I just can't wait, man. I just can't wait, honestly. But I didn't even watch the last game. I only seen highlights here and there, and I seen the clip of Luka fucking talking shit to that fan, because the fan said that he was crying, like, behind Snoop. Everyone thought he was talking to Snoop, but nah, it was the fan behind Snoop, where he was like, oh, like, you crying and shit like that. Like, he's like, oh, you crying for the foul? And then he's like, yeah, who's crying now, motherfucker? That shit is sick. But anyways, man, when you look at the matchups, it's like, oh, like Kyrie and Drew Holiday, you know. So Drew Holiday's gonna be having to run around screens, run around here and there and shit like that, especially like when they switch off with him and Luka. I feel like they should abuse the Kyrie and Luka pick and roll. I feel like Kyrie should take some picks from Luka, whatever, get the switcher or so, whatever the fuck, and then just put Drew Holiday through a bunch of beating and shit, you know? Especially him and Derek White, because I know they're gonna have to be switching off. Like, oh, Drew Holiday is tired. Oh, okay, Derek White, you come in and defend Luka or Kyrie and shit like that. Don't mind my face. Like, I got this black mark right here on my face from work, like, because of glasses and shit, and like the cement powder, it just like stains my face and shit, makes it look like this. I look Indian, bro. I look like a fucking Indian. We getting there, rap money. Yo, I thought of a funny ass fucking joke on the way here. It's like when girls are like, it's like, like you, it's like all bitches be like, but it's like that's how all girls be like. It's funny as fuck because I'm looking to the side to see if I don't get looked at, you know, get embarrassed and shit. But yeah, even on the, back to what I was saying, even on the big man shit, they say that Kristaps is coming back, but that are you willing to take that risk of Kristaps coming back? Because if he comes back and he like fucks up the whole offense, not fucks up the whole offense, but if he just like, oh, like lacks a play or two, then you have a choice to make. You either you leave him in to learn, or you take him out to make him think about it and shit. You know what I mean? But either way, I feel like they should just like leave Kristaps out of it, because if they bring him back, then it's just gonna be like, oh, okay, like the risk of him getting injured again. You know, are you willing to take that risk of him getting injured again, or are you willing to, you know, just like, I guess, play cautious the whole finals and shit. But in the finals, you can't really play cautious like that. You gotta play 100%. You gotta play full force the whole time, the whole game, and shit. But yeah, you got Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford at the 5 with Dallas. Also, you got PJ Washington, Maxi Kleber at the 4. Who else is a good 4 for Dallas? That's slipping my mind right now. But either way, like, I feel like it's gonna mostly come down to health. Like, whatever team stays healthy is gonna win the finals. Like I said, you got Kristaps coming back from an injury. You got Kyrie, and Luka's already been beaten up from that Timberwolves series, so you don't know how much more of a beating he's gonna get from this Boston series, especially, you know, like I said this last episode and shit. Like, but this is my question to Boston fans in general. Like, who do you trust more? Who do you trust on your team more with the ball in their hands more? Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown? And that's a good question, because when you look at the stats, when you look at paper, you're going to be like, oh yeah, Jason Tatum. But when you look at like the actual game, when you're there visually watching, you're like, oh, Jaylen Brown. I'll trust Jaylen Brown like any time of the day. You know what I mean? That's why I said last episode, I was like, oh, like sometimes like, or Jason Tatum makes those timely shots and shit. I remember one of the games, I think it was game 1 or 2. It was in Boston for sure. I think it was game 1 when they had a chance to tie it. When Boston had a chance to tie it, and Jason Tatum gave himself like 3 chances for 3 to tie that bitch, and he clanked all 3 of them. He missed all 3 of those shots. So it's like, bruh, you know what I mean? Like, how much shots are you gonna miss? You know what I mean? Until we can't trust you no more. That's why I said, oh, Jason Tatum, he hits those timely shots. Like, he hits them like at the perfect time, like when you actually need them and shit. But like I said, Jaylen Brown, he switches it up. He gets to the rack. I'm not gonna say left, because he can't go to the left that much. His left is like his kryptonite. When he gets to the rack, whatever he gets a lay, whatever gets, drives in, steps back, pulls the midi, or just straight up just stop and pop. Just pop it in your face on the 3, just straight up. But honestly, predictions, man. Let me scratch my back. Predictions, man. I'm thinking it's gonna be Dallas in 6 games. I'm gonna say Dallas in 6 games. I'm gonna say Dallas is gonna win game 1 in Boston, and then in Boston, Boston is gonna win game 2. Go back home to Dallas in game 3, win that one, and then Boston will probably steal one in Dallas as well. And then Dallas go back to Boston for game 5, win that one, go up 3-2, and then finish it off back in Dallas for wait, is that how they do it? No, I don't think that's how they do it. I think they play 2 and then 3 and then 2 back in Boston. So that's gonna be tough. But Dallas is gonna win one in Boston for sure, and Boston is gonna win one in Dallas for sure. So that's all I'm gonna say. But let me move on to another topic. LeBron and shit. Or Bronny. So Rich Paul came out saying, hold on, let me fucking stretch my legs out and shit. My legs is fucking falling asleep right here. So Dallas, Bron and Bronny. So Rich Paul came out saying that LeBron is a free agent, and then they put him on blast. I don't know why the agent said it on air, because they put him on blast on air. Because they asked him, they're like, oh, why? They didn't even ask him that. He straight up said, oh, LeBron's a free agent or whatever. As far as I know, LeBron's a free agent. And then they're like, oh, so are you saying that LeBron's not going to be with the Lakers anymore? And then they put him on blast, and then he's like, oh, well, I'm not saying that. I don't want to say this. Or he says some shit along those lines. He's like, oh, look, this is what I'm saying. Try to like clarify himself and shit. Try to, you know, clear the word out, clear the room out, or how they say. But yeah, man, that shit's honestly, like, I don't really care as a Laker fan. Like, obviously, like, you know me, I'm a Kobe fan before I'm a Laker fan, but obviously, like, Lakers all day, every day. So with that being said, like, I really don't care if LeBron comes back to the Lakers. Like, I feel like if he comes back to the Lakers, like, the way he loses is just gonna look more ugly and ugly every time. Cause you see, well, he's had his fucking third, fourth coach, and like he's had like 7 different coaches in his career, but with the Lakers, he's had like 3 or 4 different coaches. We're on our 4th different one right now. Like, obviously, like, I get it. Luke Walton, like, he wasn't ready to coach. He's a good assistant coach. Like, so I don't blame him on that. So Luke Walton fired. Boom. Frank Vogel won a chip, bubble chip. Boom, fired the next season when we got outed the first round by the Phoenix Suns. And then boom, the next season, go to the conference finals. New coach, Darvin Ham. Boom. We go to the fucking conference finals, fired. No, not even that. Conference finals, we got swept. And then boom, the next year, still Darvin Ham. We go to the fucking first round. We get exited the first round in 5 games. It should have been 4. Shit, we should have got swept again. But, you know, that wasn't God's plan. But anyways, we got outed the first round again. So it leaves the coach to blame rather than the players, you know? Because when in reality, like, the coach, like, he has, like, obviously, like, input. He has, like, some influence on the players and how they talk to each other, how they treat each other. But it's up to the players to fucking, all right, let's put our egos to the side. Let me put my pride aside and, you know, work with this player and shit like that. And, we can make it happen for the team. But nah, people don't want to make it happen for the team. They only look out for themselves and shit. Like, that's why Reggie Miller came out saying some shit about LeBron. Like, there's people on some people's Mount Rushmores that don't take responsibility like that, accountability like that. And it's true. It's true. He doesn't take accountability for nothing. That's why he's, like, I guess, referring the Lakers to hire J.J. Redick. I mean, J.J. Redick, I'll give him a chance. You know, Duke boy, Duke, man, he's been coached by Coach K, Coach Van Gundy, like, good coaches too. Doc Rivers. I mean, that's not a good, like, you know, I wouldn't say that's a good coach, but it is a good coach, you know. You know, he's won a championship, so you can't take that away from him. But anyways, I feel like people don't, like, respect Doc Rivers enough, you know, because they call him Glenn and shit. That's fucked up, bro. Why are you calling the coach Glenn? It's like when you call your teacher by his first name and shit. That shit's funny. But anyways, in other news, I seen some shit about Caitlyn Clark in the WNBA that, all this and that WNBA, they're fucking hating on her and shit like that. In all honesty, I could see, like, some of it is hate, some of it is, like, targeted, and some of it is just, like, competitiveness, you know. Like, there's no love in being competitive, you know. Like, when you're competitive, you're trying to go at the motherfucker. You're trying to go at him, literally. You're trying to fucking, what does Kobe say, make them rethink the life choice of playing basketball professionally and shit like that, you know what I mean? Like, that's all what being competitive is. Like, when you go, like, I'm pretty sure y'all play basketball, y'all play golf, whatever the fuck, baseball and shit like that, basketball, football and shit. Like, obviously it's changed. Like, obviously you see the players today, these days, they're all, like, trying to fucking, like, handshake, hug players and shit. Handshake and hug players and shit after the games. When it's like, bruh, like, you know this rivalry? You know this fucking Lakers-Celtics rivalry we got right now? And you're over here, like, trying to be all buddy-buddy with Jason Tatum and shit? You know what I mean? Like, you're all trying to fucking hug it out after the game and shit? Like, fuck out of here. Especially in the playoffs. When I see, like, LeBron and shit, like, this is the shit I hate. LeBron tries to be too much of a likable guy. He tries too much to be a likable guy. Like, no one gives a fuck. I thought, like, obviously he said his influence, his choice to go to Miami was to make people like him and shit. And now it's like, bro, like, you still want people to like you? Like, come on, bro. Like, you're trying too hard. Like, you're putting up a fake front, a fake likable guy, I guess. Especially, that's, like, dickhead of him. Like, especially knowing that people don't like him at all. It's like, bro, come on now. But anyways, that's all it is. And, like, with the WNBA shit, like, obviously, like, especially girls too, like, girls say, like, I'm a girl's girl. Like, what does girl's girl mean? Like, do you, like girls? Do you support girls and shit? If that's so, why don't you support the WNBA? You know what I mean? Shit like that. Why don't you support girls sports, combat sports and shit like that? Anything. But that's just like that's just human nature, I guess. Especially like girls, like they're so like envious to one another, or they're just like, oh, did you see this girl? She got this bag or whatever. She thinks she the shit or whatever and all this shit. Like that's how like girls be talking like and shit. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's really weird. It's really weird, the concept of girls hating on other girls, especially when you see girls in person. When they see other girls in person, they're like, oh my gosh, hey bitch, oh my gosh, bitch. But it's like, really though, like why is there like so much hate with Caitlyn Clark? Like there wasn't even this much hate with Sabrina Ionescu, like especially when she came in the league, like being compared to like, oh, a female Steph Curry, like come on now. But people want to hate on Caitlyn Clark more because she's younger and she already made the fucking she already broke the record of the NCAA women's women's record, single season, or what is it? A single season record, regular season record, or just total points in a season record. That's it, pretty much. But anyways, man, I feel like we can wrap it up here. It was a good episode, good talk, but peace, one love. See you on the next one. Peace.